I'm gonna give you this designer bag if you can prove to me that you know your finances. Let's do it. How many subscriptions do you have? Probably just Netflix and Spotify. Alright, and say you have 13 subscriptions, which just costs you around $270 a month. What? The app tell you all this? It shows you all your expenses in one place, and it can even help you create a budget, which I think you need. Coming from okay. Okay, don't worry about those 13 subscriptions you didn't know you had. You can cancel ones you don't want right through the app, and it can even help you try and get a refund. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tim Dillon Show. You know, Regis and Kathy later done. Kelly and Michael, I think, are done. I don't even know who's in the Anderson, Cooper, and whoever. I just think this country needs a revolution. Today we're looking sadly very similar to this. I think this is what we'll have a little bit nicer than mix. Take care. Somebody from Test play defense. You don't play any defense. Unless you got some fiery words to kick off a full day of hoops. Pick on hero. Darius Garland calling his shot. The Cavs up 2-0, looking to make it a 3-0 lead. Could Garland have just woken up the heat? Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo saying it is personal now. Tip-off in just under 30 minutes. The Thunder, they pulled off the second largest comeback in NBA playoff history in Game 3. And SGA slammed the door shut on the Grizzlies this afternoon. And later, backs against the wall, Jokic sped up the Nuggets, looking to bounce back from the worst game of the season. That one against the Clippers. Plus, we've got a special guest joining us for today's triple header. Let's just say the TNT crew is fired up. Ready? Oh, there's Underdog. No, Underdog, not the shorts. NBA on TNT triple header starts now. Jeez. It's like how much you ride around over so you can find your flavors. That's the powerful action of a Food Express. Welcome inside the greatest studio on sports in Studio J in Atlanta, Georgia. Lovely feeling good today. Ernie Johnson here. This is pretty good. She gets away from Charles Barkley. Jalen Rose is great. We apologize for Underdog. Scripture. Yeah, he literally did that to my mom. No, that was your thoughts like that. Okay. You've had a busy week. Yes. You're going to be hiding on the distance right now. So, you're going to be playing yes, you played in Auburn Hills at the Palace. That's the fly-in Toronto. That's just the stay in Birmingham. Now this is all happening in downtown Detroit. Absolutely. This is an epic opportunity. That's what we see. Big question. A lot of the questions come out of young team in the playoffs. Offensive win as well. That's how we take games to a next game. We'll be ready to normalize that time to get out of here. Okay. I was just saying, how does the A-listers in Detroit been like, are you leading this round right now? Well, I'm one of the people who's actually won the games we lost 28 straight. Right? But I'm like, well, it's coming together. Just
Great to see my brother Chris Weathers, two friends in the house. Big Sean was there, T. Princeton was there. All my brother Rick and all was there. Didn't bother me was there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm excited to say this. Official for I think it's great. Detroit, because it was hostile. It was fun to play there. And they were going to beat the hell out of you. But it was actually fun to play there. It was a great environment in Detroit. I know they put a lot of stuff for you in the city back. I actually have been to Detroit. I went there for the beat. And that's the only time I've ever been to downtown Detroit. They got fixed that. It's about King Advance and Sonny Bradley. Detroit was in town. That's him. It's
So if any quarterbacks from the city of Detroit here, Jim, you that's what it is.
Yeah, because I feel like we're busy with 6 men in the air. That's not bad. That's not bad. I think that's what our team. I think that's amazing city. Serious. And I was shocked how fast they came out of the game. And it was when the crowd was waiting. And then they tried to turn on and play. And it's already in the game now. You got to come out like that.
Let's pick up the way I'm talking about the Cavs and Bucks. And be sure that some of the last game there was Rollins. Just came out. Play this game. Definitely this second on that side. Just came up with some Sam. Started slowing down.
in the game, the offense got so stacked up, and this comes down to saying, individual as a midway point, and I think everybody that just stand around, get stacked up, and it's not going to get to the so I'm not a big believer in this crazy now it's crazy, but you know that I don't think you will go all the way not that it's like that, but the game is whatever we're going to do. I think, and then besides that, the offense really good. So,
We also need to see how the Avs are going to defend their guards this far out, performing at a high level. Darius Garland today, so as we mentioned, Donovan Mitchell has been home taking his first game. Ty Jerome, Darius Garland, and the consistent Donovan Mitchell, 30 points per game. This trio, 27 assists, 7 turnovers to the Heat. Damian Mitchell's a great defender. Off night nickname for a reason, but they have enough to slow down nothing. Shaq says no. I agree with Shaq. I don't think so. He's right. Donovan Mitchell is like great classic example. Just you know that he can get you hurt. Jerome defensively efficient. Averaging 17, shooting 50 from the floor and 50 from three. And so for me, as long as the Cavs continue to stay aggressive with that trio, regardless of the game, and their bigs will have my defensive player of the year. I think they have what it takes to leverage on the sweep against the Raptors.
yeah, I'm looking forward to this game because Spoelstra is so terrific. They will be ready to play. Like I said, I thought this would be obviously favorite. I thought this was a good test for them. Instead of playing against a team they can do beat 4-1, which they still would. But they know you're going to play well. Miami's going to be prepared. You'll have a terrific game plan. They're going to play hard. That's not a tough environment. Right? It's not a tough environment.
It's the first home game for the Heat in nearly 2 weeks. Since remember they were the 10 seeds. For those playing games were all over.
Yeah, but it's still not a tough fight.
From the night before, so it's that night. It's a little too sad.
Shaq's game.
That's an actual
It's actual Shaq's game. Oh my God.
It was flawless. Scheme to hit the shot. They got guarded. Introduce this game on an big For years, first steps in Houston's experience and since 2008, you'll be with your devices video games, internet development, and Houston and influence influencing the next generation of action music. This is also a full playing and commercial and freezing and developed Steady Studio showing us some of the love single just 2 years later. Famous reason that many of us confident industry games and the edge of slowing them into a such task that really can be a studio for the Eagles Montreal with Billy Batman, Marco Originals.
2013 Greenwood didn't go to the adulation demanded by previous entries, but it did invite the wider DC universe into the Arkham series, most notably teasing the Suicide Squad by a post-credit scene. Such a teaser fueled rumors about Montreal, its next game, for several years, and with news of its cancellation hit, talk of a Damian Wayne starring Batman adventure took all the oxygen. Ultimately, the Arkham Origins creator delivered neither project, instead producing something that vocalized the benefit of 2022's Gotham Knights. While the lead-up to Gotham Knights announcement generated plenty of excitement, the lengthy marketing cycle diluted the anticipation bit by bit. Many players would argue the final product didn't match the hype at any stage. Technical bugs and divisive multiplayer features on their competent system that discarded the Arkham mechanics like even the most ardent DC fans feeling underwhelmed at best. But within no short of the rules existed in Gotham Knights Plus, tender promise of the King Crusaders protege that it did undergo an experience like just beyond Origins. This is the tragedy of Gotham Knights.
Wait a second. I am a computer scientist. Today, I'm going to be talking about what parenting about video games. Okay, that's one is references to some shots by others, logos, fonts, symbols, also the spots of your creating also Number two is Teflon launching ensures that everybody that I work with is crystal clear on exactly what they can and cannot touch. Next is custom models. I think this is a cool start that business access with parenting on myself. Successful amount of these with AI generated images and I see all its possibilities. I love that we discuss what most people to experience.
Oh my god.
This video is made possible by you. Your incredible support for Patreon and the donations is what makes it possible for us to keep creating these documentaries. So if you'd like to be the first to see what's next, and know members of the team keep filming, consider joining us on Patreon. You'll gain fully access to our latest videos and admission to a host of other rewards not available on YouTube. Thank you for making this possible, and we hope you'll enjoy the video. So what's next? Criminals are cowardly and superstitious, right? What happens when they have nothing to be scared of? Who will protect Gotham? Now that the Batman is dead. For years, it appeared as if there existed an internal struggle at WB Games about which project would become the next Batman game. A battle for the capital reportedly began with Suicide Squad, the anti-hero supervillain task force that WB Games Montreal had teased in 2013 at the end of Arkham Origins. Interestingly, Task Force X-related speculation first made rounds in 2010, the same year as the Montreal Group's founding. During that San Diego Comic-Con, DC Comics writer and Chief Executive Officer Jeff Johns briefly mentioned a Suicide Squad title was in the works. Johns made the reference yet again in a 2012 interview with Kotaku, telling the publication, "We're working right now." On the heels of the Arkham Origins release, job listings for Open World in 2014 ignited these stocks once more, and they didn't die down until the December 2016 report from Kotaku revealed WB Games had shelved the unannounced title for reasons unknown. The Montreal staff reportedly spent 2 years on the project. Speaking to 3 sources familiar with the studio's operations, Kotaku learned it had the makings of a cooperative experience, yet failed to hook crossover ups at WB during the greenlight process. Suicide Squad's cancellation came amid a turbulent season of change for WB Games Montreal too, considering the early part of 2016 saw key figures such as studio owner Martin Carey and executive producer Reed Schneider exit their respective roles. Early 2016, a new Chilling played host to rumors making a game headline when Bruce Wayne's son, Damian, had entered the project. According to Kotaku, this rumor of Damian Wayne became priority number one after WB unceremoniously gave Suicide Squad the X. By 2018, however, the Damian game had also been cast aside. Reporter Jason Schreier stated as much during an episode of the Funny Games Daily in March. Based on word from his sources, the endeavor was either canceled or rebooted. Or in flux at the time, though Montreal remained hard at work on a Batman title of some kind, sans his biological son. The public learned more about the sideline project over time, courtesy of leaked story details and concept art. One such link surfaced in August 2019 on 4chan, complete with artwork depicting Wayne Enterprises and Romans, Dick Grayson rocking a shaved head, a female blonde mask, and other villains like Gorilla Grodd, Poison Ivy, and an aged Two-Face. Harvey Dent's older disposition, as well as a woman adopted by Mask Pencil, made sense given the story link suggesting the game, codenamed Project 7, would take place years after the Batman Arkham Knight ending. In a 2024 Twitch stream, noted Spider-Man voice actor Josh Keaton said he participated in 3 to 4 recording sessions as Damian Wayne and alleged it bore no connection to the Arkhamverse. The actor also speculated that leaks totally killed the project, a position Jason Schreier debunked not too long thereafter. Whatever the motivation, this once-planned venture never went to shadows, but emerged instead, proved far more ambitious. On November 16, 2018, WB Games Montreal developer Valerie Massanet tweeted that she worked for the best dev team ever. The energy company would boast a smoothly captured fan imaginations because it included a sleek-looking yellow colorful lace across a black t-shirt. Darklight enthusiasts whistled alongside identified Bruce core develops records which in turn sparked speculation that WB's Montreal group had its hands full with the relatively new creative Gotham City villains. First appearing in 2011 during Scott Snyder's Batman Comics run, the core developers were named as nursery rhyme fodder this year children, who occupied the never-let Gotham since the era was founded. The secret society's criminal enterprise again will evidently even finish defying the radar of the world's greatest detective, making the court's influence all the more enigmatic. And with first-rate assassins known as Stalins doing as many, the shadowy organization seemed perfectly suited for a video game antagonist. These were the thoughts that dancing villains kept revisiting while rumors mounted throughout 2019 and much of 2020. In January 2019, an anonymous hacker purporting to be a WB Games tester breaking their NDA disclosed that the speculative core develops game, internally codenamed Nightfall Redacted, would actually bear the title of Batman Arkham Crisis and launch. If named source alleged Arkham Crisis would feature an open-world setting buttressed by a day and night cycle, cooperative-focused inside content, and a plot structured around earning and breaking charter around the asylum. Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, and Batman were listed as the label characters. Around the same time, former WB Games digital artist Eddie Mendoza posted concept art to his online portfolio which depicted Batman going toe-to-toe with a talon. Mendoza quickly removed the original off the internet to acknowledge, clarifying it was leaving the game's radar that he was no longer affiliated with Warner Brothers and had decided he says fan art. Regardless, the conjecture is steadily mounting, with additional teases from Montreal which are giving credence to widespread overflow speaks and theories. While celebrating Batman's 80th anniversary in September 2019, for instance, the official Twitter page for the developer shared images of 4 in-universe faction logos, one bearing a striking resemblance to existing core developers icon, Scott Snyder further legitimized fan theories upon replying with a "Beware the Court" hashtag. Arkham Legacy title represented by the discourse again mere weeks thereafter. Yet hints at a genuine and really wouldn't reveal themselves until June 2020, when WB reportedly had just announced the plans following E3's COVID-induced cancellation. At long last,
Quest, the Batman adventure formerly under the spotlight during a digital DC fandom event in August 2020. Dubbed Gotham Knights after a comic series of the same name, which followed the exploits of the Bat family, the unveiling promised a third-person open-world action RPG set after the mysterious death of Bruce Wayne. Instead of the Caped Crusader that Gotham Knights starred Nightwing, Barbara Gordon's Batgirl, Red Hood, and Tim Drake's Robin. The press release confirmed that WB Games Montreal had crafted an original story where multiple mysteries would challenge the heroes with an exploding criminal element sweeping through city streets. The court received a cheer of nods throughout the trailer too, making it clear which roles would drive the overarching narrative. The two players would either explore solo or in two-player co-op. Simply put, many leaks were proven accurate. However, no one could have predicted the storm of trouble that would later blow in. Have you seen this is how it is? Slated for a 2021 rollout on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series platforms, Gotham Knights instantly raised numerous questions. Chief O'Neil centered on whether or not it contained Wesley Armorverse created by Rocksteady Studios. The Montreal staff quickly clarified that new game had no connection to the Arkham series, and instead offered an experience set in a universe separate from any of them. Creative director Patrick Reddy explained that the richness of the Batman mythos guided such a decision. The team prioritized adapting the heroes and rogues in ways that would support a new player experience and progression, and wanted to do so without the burden of a particular continuity or feature step. Killing Batman seemed a compelling route for pursuing such ends. Writing told audiences that a DC fan could handle this version of the Dark Knight had spent 15 years fighting crime in Gotham, fostering the studio's interest in exploring what might happen if the city was suddenly ripped away from citizens, but the bigger picture looked at forcing its allies and by promising the players to determine how they could step up and protect the city. With Batman gone and a numerous action, Gotham rapidly escalated into a pressure scenario. Yet each of his proteges would approach the matter from vastly different directions. Their disparate methods of crime fighting thus became a source of intrigue that WB Games Montreal players could turn into goal-setting and strategy gameplay-wise. Redding noted that even after completing the central mysteries online, the studio focused on characterization first, which needed to not only inform the narrative and performances, but also each hero's unique action sets. While establishing these core elements, the team examined the tone of its vision for Gotham to better determine the supporting cast of characters and villains that would comprise the title's foundation. That foundational step shaped the game's systems and facilitated key decisions regarding the story and cast. Every one of the titular knights was designed with their own combat specialties as a result. After opening the most incremental, thanks to a balanced playstyle rich blast for both melee combat and stealth. Nightwing's more realistic capabilities culminated in fast-paced gameplay, where he rapidly bounced between enemies. Robin's gadgets offered more stealth-centric mechanics, allowing him to confuse and distract foes in and out of combat encounters. And finally, bulky with physique and footprint whose reliance on strength allowed numerous targets in close quarters before drawing a very non-lethal distance for crowd control purposes. Naturally, these varying gameplay styles necessitated an entirely redesigned combat system. For Rocksteady Pioneer Combat, WB Games Montreal had familiarized itself with round-building armor origins and worked flawlessly for single-player. With Gotham Knights, players realized early on the need for mechanics that would provoke co-op. Still, maintaining brawler sensibilities proved essential to the overall formula, meaning Arkham veterans would feel solid at home while controlling the four elements. One detail the public would later consider unforeseen was the absence of a proper battle technique. Previously presented in Arkham as well-timed logs and quick events, addressing fan questions like Discord and months ahead of launch. The director general of Arkham noted the game's combat system relied on regular and armored attacks that were impossible to interrupt with normal moves. Owners had designed a system where it appears exactly as the undead counter and players
fibers could only calculate the number of sulfos with biorecordatives. In other words, the compound coffinites boasted layers that intermittently required a specific answer to a specific problem. The team that pushed the rework can't do that action very far though, despite reaching 4 playable heroes, coffinites solely criminal 2-player co-op, the decision ready contributed. The Batman universe is inherent predilection towards dynamic duo periods. The 2-player dynamic also ensured the play spaces never became too claustrophobic when fighting alongside fellow vigilante. Invoking the mythos similarly helped with balancing role-playing elements. Many RPGs serve players with few skills and minimal tools. Gotham Knights envisioned its heroes as adept combatants from the beginning, considering they graduated from completing Gotham Batman's suite of crime fighting. It was important that each character felt awesome to play early on, so all 4 began the adventure on equal footing, possessing the same basic tools of combat. Emerging to their personal flavors of the Gotham cinematography. On top of their different fighting styles, this thinking also applied to methods of traversal, a matter which many fans questioned late in the marketing cycle. For instance, the first showing of Nightwing's flying trapeze mechanic wasn't well received among some who countered by aggressive research teams and designer. The developers reasoned that there existed precedent for Nightwing utilizing China fighters as solo combat roles. Plus, the team liked the idea that any invention from Warfarming were definitely buying apes would inspire him to repurpose Batman's smaller drones into a mechanism capable of holding his weight and allowing him travel at higher altitudes. But how well would all these disparate parts mesh together in the final product? Expectations started high enough, yet were slowly diminished over time, burdened by a lengthy wait, and details that raised more questions than they answered.